Hello and welcome back to the vlog. My name's Catherine Torvell. You're watching the No B-Roll Life. So nothing fancy here other than getting out of debt in 2021 and living my best life. So bit of an update here for you. So in the last video, you obviously saw that I had that horrific 24-hour pH manometry apparatus, as I like to call it. And I have since met with a consultant that ordered that test. Now, with that test, it did show significant reflux, and quite severe. So, they are proposing a procedure for it, and I'll be honest, I'm not on board. Not at all. But I'm going to go on Tuesday to meet with the general surgeon, and I'm going to see what they are proposing. What the gastro guy said was they want to potentially do is called a fundoplication. It is essentially, though, rerouting my anatomy. I do not qualify for the Lynx procedure because of the esophageal manometry movement disorder. So basically, food is getting stuck in between my throat and my esophagus and not going all the way down into my stomach. It's just kind of sitting there, and then the acid then swoops back up, and that's why I have really bad acid reflux. So, not great. With the Lynx procedure, they essentially wrap magnets around the base of your stomach and esophagus to help that. But with a fundoplication, I have to think about how to say it. They basically reroute your anatomy a little bit. Not significantly, but enough that you know. And there are a lot of side effects with it, and there's a lot of things that I'm a bit concerned about. So I have a lot of questions for the consultant, and we shall see. They basically take a part of your stomach and they wrap that around your esophagus. And I already have problems with throwing up. And so whenever I bend over and put shoes on, 9 times out of 10, I throw up. And like when I try to go for a bike ride, which I've tried to do a couple of times now, just that slight bent over the handlebars, it causes me to throw up. And I always kind of feel like it's there and it could happen. And I think that that's why when I do bend over, it does happen. So yeah, not the greatest news. So the next health update is about my foot, and it has not healed on its own as we were hoping. It has actually gotten worse in a different area of the foot, but I was told that that could happen. It's taken nearly 18 months now, I think, for it to happen. I always had a little bit of it, but at the base of my foot, the ball of my foot in between my big toe and my second metatarsal, it hurts. It hurts to press on it. And basically, even with wearing shoes now, it hurts nearly all the time. So, if I do have the fundoplication, I am hoping that as soon as that is done, I can then have my foot done and be off of work at the same time. But I need to work all of that out with work and having my OB here, and because he goes away for 3 weeks in, I think it's July and August that it is, but I'll have to look at the dates. So that is the health update. And so the next thing is about the car. So I was going to buy a new used car. We were going to buy a 2007 Ford Fiesta from my O's cousin, and we were getting it really cheap, which was one of the, great things about it. However, so I am meant to be going back into the office as of the 21st of June for 1 day a week. So for 1 day a week, my O thinks it's kind of a costly adventure. However, I think we're going to have to talk about it because, like I said, he does go away for 3 weeks. But then I'm probably going to be laid up for 8 weeks and not being able to drive with my foot. So I don't really know if it is cost effective or beneficial, but when he's gone for, 3 weeks, I guess I will have to get it, either have to cycle or take a taxi or walk. So I'm, all of above, which would be fine. So, we just have to kind of wait and see. The next thing is the update on the budget. So I am now contributing about £310 towards the total bills of the house. So maybe between $310 and $350, depending on gas, electric, and such. With that, we are also, trying to balance everything else. And I haven't done the big increase to the pension yet, so I've not increased that to 15% quite yet. I think I have pretty much determined, because of the cost implications, that I would not, if I did that now, I may not be able to pay the debt off with the extra expenses of the house. I wouldn't be able to pay the debt off until maybe October. I would rather get the debt paid off and do it that way rather than I lost my train of thought. I'd rather do it that way than, having us, struggle at all. And so that is what we're planning on doing, I think, is it should all be paid off by August. There was a discussion on Friday where I was actually going to pay $2,500 this coming week and have that just kind of be out of the way. That still might be a possibility, and then I would only have a short amount, but I would have to then replenish my emergency fund and also the van fund between then and August. And so I wouldn't still be paying it off fully until August anyway. So that is the kind of budget update. What I am going to do as of August, I'm going to do a new budget in full like I did a couple months ago. And so, yeah, we'll see. It's all still looking really good. And the van update. So I actually spoke to him, and of course the van hasn't been started yet. We kind of knew in my last video as well. I did discuss that, or 2 videos ago, I did discuss that the van is definitely not ready. It's not even been started. So I did speak to him the other day, and he did apologize profusely and everything, and I totally get it. We had a really crappy winter, and it was cold and very icy, and if it was icy here, I can guarantee you it's icy where he was. So on the 28th, which is next Friday, he asked me to send him a text message to kind of prompt him as well, because he should be getting done with a job. And I'm really hopeful that he'll be able to kind of give me an indication on, yes, he is starting it in June. And because he was meant to start it in May, and it just hasn't happened. So starting in June. Now here's the situation. I know he is not a full-time at-home welder or having a workshop or what have you. He does still have a full-time job. So it could take a couple of weeks still for him to complete it. Now there are 3 main areas for my van. First are the steps up, when you're stepping up into the van. Those are both being replaced. Directly underneath the van and directly underneath the gearbox needs some serious attention. There is a hole there. And the next part is the sills in the back, so all along down the side of the van. Those are probably going to have to be cut and replaced. And then obviously, because it has now been sitting for 18, 19 months, there may be other things that need addressing. So probably my goal is to get it back for middle of August. So maybe my O and I can still go away in the middle of August, late August, to the lakes, even for a nice long weekend, and take the van and do that. So anyway, so that is the update and everything. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. It is the easiest way to support my channel. So I hope you guys have a fantastic next 2 weeks, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.